Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first budget with me in a new location. I moved and so it's a few weeks since this budget happened, but I'm gonna go ahead and still go week by week for you guys. And the other thing about this is it was all a jumble of expenses. So it is very possible that the numbers won't quite add up at the end because some of them ended up being half covered by Lex or vice versa. And so the numbers aren't completely accurate, but I think it's better to get a general idea than not. Okay. Can start by eating out expenses. 1982 plus 704 Jack in the Box, which is my kryptonite with eating out when I am nannying. We had coffee out like 3 times on the day that we moved. It was ridiculous, but ah well. And then one last one was $24.37. So it was $89.53 for dining out that week. And then groceries, $32.59 at Walgreens. I'm gonna include things like Walgreens and Target runs, which will also sort of be moving expenses, but let's just keep it simple. HelloFresh I decided to try out because of all the chaos of moving. I didn't want to have to try to figure out batch cooking and things like that. $20.64 at John's. Ugh, I keep accidentally messing it up. And Michael's Ralph's was $37.53 for Ralph's. Best Buy, what did they? Oh, that was a credit card payment. Okay. All right, so $141.15 for groceries, which is nowhere near as bad as I thought it was. I think it's next week that's going to be the doozy. One other thing is I didn't completely accurately track my income these weeks, so you know, 187 plus 706 were moving expenses. So I'll put it down in maintenance. So that's 893, and that's one where the numbers for my income versus spending ratio aren't gonna really add up because that is definitely partially Lex's money. So maybe I won't even go through and eliminate the numbers like that because the numbers like that are not going to add up. All right, and then 1345 plus 1387 plus 612. All of those were for lifts because Lex's car broke down, and so we've been sharing a vehicle. And so some days I needed to get places and he needed the car. All right, Michael's, I'll put that under books and supplies. That was how much? $13.13. And that was for a shelf for the kitchen, I believe, or maybe that was the next week. $13.13, and then debt payment was the $150 was last week. I included that twice. Whoops. And $103 for a card payment. And then $77.54 for water, which goes over here somewhere. Maybe? Water. $77.54. So I didn't actually go off track too terribly this week, which is nice in retrospect to be able to see that. Like, that's actually right on track for my ideal budget every week. That's just the water bill, the moving expenses, which is to be expected. Transportation was still kept pretty low. That's about the cost of gas on a normal week. Some supplies, and then a debt payment. I'm not going to go through with the income because, again, the numbers aren't going to add up with the moving expenses, but it's good to know that my spending didn't go too crazy, and I will talk to you guys in the next video about next week, which probably went a little crazier. In the meantime, I am going to go through and squiggle out the sections I don't use. I just think it looks a little better and more focused if I do this to keep the numbers in my head. Make it easier to just glance at and see how much, where did I spend, where are the numbers I need to look at. Oops. All right, you guys, so I'm actually feeling pretty good about how that budget went, and I will talk to you guys again next week. Bye.